It's thinking. Hello, everyone. Just as I say, it's thinking we would end up coming live. Welcome again to our series, Rise Together with Alma, Nick and Lee. And I'm super happy to say that we have a special guest all the way from the US, Lucy. Welcome, Lucy.
Hello,
Welcome, Lucy.
So honored to be part of this group. Thank you for inviting me. I am thrilled and excited.
I'm actually so happy that Lucy's joined us. The other two don't know this, but Lucy and I have been trying to go live together for, 6 months or so.
Oh, true.
And so it's kind of like, we'll come live on our group one. And and she's good. She even reminded me, which is perfect.
I will I will love to continue if possible. I love to continue.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, if you haven't met me before, my name is Nicole and I live in Australia. I'm a digital business owner and I've been in business for almost 5 years, and I have a son, and I just love that we moved to the beach because we could, and that's me. Leanne, please tell people a little bit about you.
Hi, everybody. I love that you moved to the beach as well, Nicole, because it's like she's ticking off these goals, and I love seeing that happen. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I've been in the business now for 6 years. I am a mum, a grandma, wife. Background is in nursing, and I'm just loving the journey and the experience. And today I get to spend time with Lucy from the USA, California, and our beautiful Alma. Alma, you take it away, my friend.
Ooh, I'm gonna take as well because I'm just like Nicole here, live in our Rise Together. I'm Alma. I live in Kayama, south coast of Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. And guess what? I live in a very beautiful place, like a paradise, like Nicole. And we're just close to the water. And I'm a previous cafe owner, and now I'm a digital business. Well, I'm almost 5 years in the business, but I'm just not active because I was running my traditional business as my dream. And now, guess what? I continue. I've been active here, and I'm so excited to share with you our journey here with these three beautiful women.
Awesome.
Love that so much. Awesome. So you know our like regular people now, but Lucy, I'm going to give you a little bit more time just to tell people a little bit about yourself.
Sure. First of all, I'm so glad to be here today and honored to be part of this inspiring Rise Together community, even there's only 4 of us. My name is Lucy, and I'm originally from Taiwan and now live in sunny Southern California. And I have been an early childhood educator for over 24 years. And yes, 2 decades of tiny voices, little shoes, and big hearts. So teaching is a huge part of who I am. And there was a point in my life where everything changes. So a few years ago, I went through something that kind of shook my entire world, which I will tell you a little bit about later. But I'm just so glad to be here. I am continue teaching, and I am also an entrepreneur, digital online business mentor. So I'm here to learn and to explore and to learn from these 3 beautiful ladies as well. So thank you so much for inviting me today.
You're so welcome. Can you imagine like working with like kids all the time, all the time? And I'm assuming there's wonderful and perfect moments, but what people forget is that there's also those moments where you're like, oh,
I know.
that grotty nose, or I've fallen over, or he doesn't like my Spider-Man shirt.
I know. Definitely. You're right on the spot.
So I applaud anyone that is a teacher of any sort, because I think that you are inspiring and you've got a lot of resilience and a lot of caring for people. So thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And you have so many skills that are transferable. So today's topic is actually about finding the confidence, like when you start a business, or finding the confidence to actually become a business owner. And I don't know about you, but a lot of people say to me, oh, I don't know how to do that. Or I don't have any skills to give. And I often challenge people and go, what have you been doing with your life? Let me see. So Lucy is as a childhood educator, she has so many skills. And communication skills must be huge, Lucy.
Yes, I wear a different hat every single day. So it's constantly, and there's thousands, I mean, I don't want to say million, but there's thousands of decisions, problem solving every single day. Yeah. So by the time you get off work, you are drained, exhausted, and burned out.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to ask you first, Lucy, like, what made you become a digital business owner? Like,
okay.
Well, was it just, yes, I'm going to do this? Or it's like, oh.
No, not actually. I think, like I said, I have been teacher for 2 decades, and that was a passion of mine when I started. Believe it or not, I want to mention this to Leanne because I know she was a nurse before. My mom was a registered nurse, and she was really preaching me to be a nurse when I was still going to college, where I didn't decide what my major was going to be. And so I have tried out because I love kids. So I was in the pediatric unit where young children are probably, I would say, 3 to 7 years old. And so I really give that a try. And that's when I found out that wasn't for me. I love to help people, but I can't deal with emotional drain where I see the children in hurt. And I just felt like I just couldn't bring myself to it because the first part of it is I have to help them down for them to get shots or get medication. And I say, you know what? God bless these people are there to support them, but I am not that type of special person where I feel that I have that strong sense that when I go home, I don't think about them, that actually take a really huge part of me. And that scares me. So I know that wasn't my field. And then, to be honest with you, when I started, I wanted to be a fashion designer, to speak. But then my parent wasn't really approved of that. So I thought, okay, I love kids. And I do have a lot of creativity in me. And so I thought, okay, maybe I can do something with that when I'm teaching the children. So that's how I became a teacher. And as answering your questions, being a teacher is fun. It's basically 180-degree every single day. Not every day is not the same. So there are some days are good, some days are bad. And that's why I have been doing it for 2 decades. Okay. But then something happened. What I was going to share with you guys during my introduction is that there was a life-saving kidney transplant. It hit me 11 years ago. Wow. And I had a hereditary disease, and that kind of ran in my mom's side of the family. And I didn't know anything about it. I was very young. And then I felt, why this is happening to me? And again, as a proactive teacher, I say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to let this stop what I'm doing because kids are counting on me. The parents are counting on me. So I was looking for a dialysis center so I can prolong my life. And I mean, the funny part is that was just me not emotionally thinking, but in the headspace, that's what I was thinking. And I was so lucky, believe it or not, I was so lucky that somehow the parents overheard my conversations and they wanted to come together and create a Donor for Lucy team. And within that, I think within that 2 years, I have my kidney kind of went down to 5% of functions. And so I thought, okay, I need to do something quick. And that parents actually overheard my conversation with another teacher. And she said, Miss Lucy, don't worry, we're going to find you a donor. So never did I know, she went to my principal. My principal approached me, wanted me to write a letter to 375 students in that whole school. And so I was helped by my husband at the time that write a letter because I don't know how to ask for help. And so long story short, I had 12 people line up wanted to donate their kidney to me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 7 people were from my class, and the rest were from the elementary school side because I'm in the early ed. And so things happen so fast. These people, they start planning for fundraising. My kids are making lemonade stand in the local like grocery store, basically hiring people say, can you say my teacher? They have made signs, they have my picture, they even made sandwiches. It just happened so quickly. I didn't even have time to digest. The next thing I know, they were the first couple. The dad wanted to donate. He found out he had hypertension, so he can't. His wife wanted to donate, and I said, you had 3 young girls, and they were both in my class at the time, and they were 4-year-old. And I said, do you think about your young kids? And she said, you know what, Miss Lucy, this decision doesn't come lightly. So they said, we want to donate because we love you. And she found out that she had leukemia. And so she quickly found out her sister was able to donate the bone marrow to her. So she's okay. And she even promised me, she said, not to worry, when I'm healed, I'm going to donate. I said, don't worry about it. So the third donor was someone who's a young grandmother who's in her early 50s. She found out she had kidney cancer stage 1. By second week, they removed her tumor. So she is A-OK. And then the rest of it wasn't a match until so there were 12 people until the 11th. This lady, her son was in my class the year before. She did not contact me. She went and got into the living donor pool, and she was testing from head to toe, tissue, everything, blood type, you name it. And until she found out she was a match, she contacted me, and she was coming to see me on one of the days when the school was over. And I looked at her, and then she told me, she said, Miss Lucy, I am a match. And I just started tearing up, and I didn't know what to say because that wasn't something that in my mind that was going to happen. I just thought that, okay, I need to go through the dialysis so I can live, I can continue teaching and all that. So long story short, these parents, they did a fundraising. One of the parents went and contacted the reporter from Channel 7 in LA. So she came and did the whole story. My kids were interviewed. The parents were here. I didn't teach that day. The principal was A-OK. She's like, Lucy, just be yourself. And I was just like, oh my God, now the whole world knows. So anyway, so everything went really well until the day when we're supposed to go in for surgery. She was there at 5:00. We had to be there at 5:00, and my husband was parking the car at the time. So she called me and she said, when are you gonna be here? Without you, the party can't get started. And I was like, okay, I'm coming. By the time when I got there, she was sniffing, and then her eye was watering. And I was just like, are you okay? And she said, I have been here the night before. And I said, why? She said, my daughter fell out of the swing. We were in the ER, but she's okay now. And I said, well, then why are you still here? And she's like, well, my brother-in-law came to see us. He had a flat tire. Their water heater broke, so they couldn't take a hot shower. And so that all happened when she was in the hospital. And so she said, the only thing I want right now is roll me in so I can sleep. Oh, like, are you sure? So we went in. Okay, so we went in at 5:00, and the surgery is at 10:00. Her husband came and saw her changing into gown, and then he said, "Okay, honey, I will see you later." He only kissed her on the forehead, and I'm sitting here thinking, "Did you know she's going to be rolling into the surgery room? Anything could happen." And so she kind of looked at him like, that was it? And then so he went in. I kind of follow afterward because they, just like in the movie, you got two doors, you got the hallway, you got one room where they had to take the kidney out, and you got another room where I am, and they're going to roll the kidney into the cart to the next room. And so the whole surgery took 4.5 hours. So by the time we were released to our recovery room, she only went through 3 holes. They pulled 3 holes in for her to take her kidney out, because your kidney is the size of your fist, okay? And my kidney is the size of a wine bottle, believe it or not. And I am a petite person, okay? So people probably looked at me, thought I was pregnant, probably 2 or 3 months pregnant, okay?
Wow.
So thank goodness I didn't have any pain. So what happened was she was able to discharge the same day. I wasn't. I had to be there for 14 days. So the whole thing is that this whole community have touched my heart so deeply just because I was their teacher. And to me, I didn't really have a good early upbringing experience. So when I see these kids, I see them as my kids. And so as you can imagine, I will purchase things for the classroom. I will purchase things, whatever's needed. So I spent over about $5,000 per the first year when I was teaching. Okay. And my husband was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, but we need these things." Okay. So anyway, so after the surgery, she was home and I was in the hospital, and these parents got together, my donor Lucy team. They went onto the internet and they start adding meal train. So that means they're going to find out what I'm eating, what I love to eat, what kind of meat I can eat. Because before, I only have 5% of kidney function. I can't eat protein. I had to eat 6 small meals a day, because my enlarged kidney pushed everything up. So if I eat too much, I will feel very uncomfortable. So these parents will bring me food every single day. Besides bring it to me, bring it to my donor and her 3 kids and her husband. So this doesn't hit me until 3 months later after recovery. So I was, I don't even know how to describe it. I just felt like everything happened so fast. So that was my turning point when I look at my life so differently, because before I'm just basically going traditional job, 9 to 5. And I love what I do, but I'm exhausted. I feel burned out. But I know these things come in the territory of being a teacher. So I didn't really think too much to it. I just basically just like routine day by day until that surgery. And after that surgery, the following day, I had to have another surgery for them to remove 2 of my diseased kidney, because they insert the first kidney as a transplant. They had to make sure that kidney works, right? So everything went really well. So the second year they had to remove my kidney, and that was the day when I felt like, oh my God, maybe this is it. This is my life, because I couldn't get up from the bed. And these parents who had kids graduated from my class, they came back again, feed me for another 4 months. Okay. And I just felt like I owe my life to them. So from that point on, my mindset has shifted. I said to myself, what is that I need to do for my life? This is the second chance on life. I don't take them for granted. It is something that still to this day, every morning when I wake up, I pray and I thank God that I was able to live again and smell the air. I mean, things that people might take for granted, I take it in literally like that was my gratitude. You know, so that kind of started the reason why I start thinking what I'm going to do next, because I don't want to feel burnout and I had to take care of my kidneys. So that was the beginning of my journey into this digital. And then during that time, I was searching for something like this, that I don't have to work another job, but it's flexible, that fit into my schedule, and then still bring the money in, because teacher salary is nothing. And so that was what I was looking for. And then finally, when I saw 2 ads, one of the ad was with Amy Tin in there, and that just totally changed me. I didn't even question. I just jumped into it. I said, "This is it," and I jumped into it. And the confidence comes to me is that when you go through your life with so many hurdle and struggle, and you were able to get yourself up. And during those times, I actually let my husband. We were separated, and then we were divorced. So things happened all in that year. And I am the type of person is I never lived on my own. And when I left him, I lived on my own. And then going through the second surgery, that was extremely hard. So just like with anybody, when they go through dark places, dark time, when you feel like who can you relate to, who can you count on to, is your family. And to me, I felt I have this whole community's love that from that, I kind of start building my confidence. And I say, you know what? If I can survive for transplant, if I can survive for the second surgery, if I can survive for divorce, I can do anything.
Yeah.
And my confidence. And I felt like, you know what? I want to change my life. I want my life to be better. I don't want to work so hard because I believe I deserve having everything that I want. And that's where it started.
Wow.
So I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Wow. Like,
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
you have blown me away. Like, I didn't know that story, and you just inspire me so much. And I've seen you in the community, and you are always someone that's so giving and inspiring others. So thanks so much for sharing. And the fact that, you know, you had that pivotal moment, huge moment, multiple moments, but you've realized your worth and your value, and that's actually why you had the confidence to start the business.
Yeah. Because before the old Lucy wasn't anything like that.
Yeah.
Not anything like that. I'm very, very scared, and I'm always have self-doubt. I still do, but not as much. And so I think that event had changed my life, even though it might be something that was very, very scary. But now look at the bright side, what that had impacted my life and what I can do about it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Nicole, can I just ask Lucy a question? In those moments that you do find yourself, you recognize, well, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
I'm losing my confidence here. Like you said that you still have those moments where you're not confident. What do you do just to take that step back up to your confidence?
So I think that one I found in this business is, even though I know I was confident to take the leap of faith because I really felt like I was desperate. I was desperate for a change. And once I was in this digital online business, my mentor, she was amazing. She, from the first day when I signed on, she has the whole homework set up for me. And I see her twice a week. We have Zoom, and sometimes more than 2 hours. And I am the type of person that I love to learn, and I wanted to feel the control what I'm doing because I have no experience with this digital online business whatsoever. So to me, is I felt like I need to work harder than anybody else. And that was, to me, it's basically given, because with anything, with even becoming a teacher, learning new things, that is my motivation. I want to do better. And it's not to compete, with anyone, but just knowing myself, I still have that unsureness about, and did I do a good job on it? So I always tell myself I need to do, if somebody's doing 100%, I had to do 120%.
Right.
You know, and especially with something that I don't know. So my mentor actually has set that goal for me. And I was so grateful that she had really spent the time to explain them. And I will ask so many questions. I'm the type of person, type of student that I ask so many questions because I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing. And I don't want to waste her time. So a lot of time I will search for answer. And if I can't find it, then I will ask her. And then also is my coach. So my coach was Amy, but she was super busy, right? So end up Beth was my coach. So I have two coaches. So I felt really fortunate. And then so they have been just constantly with me. And whenever I have questions, I ask them. And so I was on that training like crazy. I actually finished the homework before the due date that she gave me. And I ended up telling her, okay, is there any more you need me to do? So because of doing those training, it built my confidence little by little. And I felt like I have gained so many knowledge. And then I just basically, my mind was wide open because I was ready. I think that was the right time when I felt like I see that ad and that was meant to be. And so I took that opportunity and I just go for it. Even though I do have a doubt, And I said, hey, you know what? I have been doing this post. I have been doing my like campaign, and my like campaign were really, really well. That I had 2.9 K, and I was like, oh my God. So inside I was very joyful, but then I still not want to feel like being cocky or anything. I still have a lot to learn. So that's something that I know myself. And I always go back on that because I don't want to be thinking that I know it all, because there's always place to learn, things to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank
But it's
you, Lucy.
hard though. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. Wow.
So, Alma, do you have any questions for Lucy?
Wow, Lucy, that's so inspiring actually. Your story is just a little bit similar what I do because
Really?
I'm a teacher as well.
Oh,
So
great.
my profession, I finished my Bachelor of Education in secondary, not primary.
Uh-huh.
The reason why I am supposed to be a little one's teacher beforehand, but because of I was what do you call this one? The government is paying for me when I was uni to become a scholar.
Mhm.
So I was studying Bachelor of Secondary Education. So I'm a teacher, but my profession is a teacher, but I never been like teaching in the Philippines. I'm from Philippines, never been teaching. You know why? Because similar with your situation, I'm a breadwinner in my family of 12,
Mhm.
and I need to find a source of income to help my siblings. So I can relate what's in you, and
Mhm.
health wise as well. I'm in that position where I was very sick as well while I'm
Mhm.
working. So yeah, question about Lucy. How do you struggle to build your confidence, like what Lian said, step by step, just when you are on yourself, how do you, you know you have meditation to ask yourself, if you keep going, how do you level up your confidence to go from there?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So sometime if I feel stuck, like I can give you an example. So I have been posting like 3 times a day, okay? And then I heard that I shouldn't post too many times because because you want quality instead of quantity, right? So
Yeah.
but I am such a creative person that whenever something triggers me, or if I saw someone's ad,
Yeah.
or if I see something on the commercial, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden I felt like, oh my God, I got an idea. And so I will I will start prepping. Like the other day I saw a shark, okay? And I'm thinking, okay, what can I do with a shark? And then I realized it, and then so I went to play cups, and then I saw a shark video.
Yeah.
And and then right away straight, I felt like, okay, you know the saying about dead fish will go with the flow.
Yeah.
Okay. Only the type of fish like salmon, they will swing upstream, even though have their struggle, right? So I
Yeah.
thought, okay, that terminology, maybe I can use that for my struggles. So I start writing, and the way I do is I start writing, and I felt like, okay, this makes sense. This is the focus I want to focus on, and then I will put it on ChatGPT, and I was like, okay, this is how I want it. So ChatGPT kind of help me with it, and then sometimes I still have to correct a little bit, because if it's not exactly what I want, I don't want to put it up. So those are the high notes of me feeling that I am in control. But
Yeah.
there are some times when I put posts up and I don't see people like recently. Usually I have a lot of followers and they will read it, they're all that. But for some reason, after that 5 days challenge with Sam Han, okay, and I was meant to utilize all the options that she was given to continue building that engagement with the audience. Somehow I felt stuck that I'm not getting what I see that's going to come. And I was really downing myself. that time. And I felt like, okay, what am I doing wrong? So I always ask myself that questions. But then once I feel like I'm bombarded with it and I'm stressed out, you know what I do? I walk my dog out in the neighborhood and come back.
Hmm.
And I have been doing that. And then they were very thankful because anytime they could get me to take them out, okay? So I do that. And when I come back, after I have seen the beautiful scenery and all that stuff, I came back, I'm relaxed. And then when I look at the problem, it wasn't a problem anymore. And that way, that was one of the things I learned from one of the training. But also in my past experience, I have learned meditations. I have learned about breathing exercise. I also have learned Tai Chi from my dad. So in the past, I hardly used those tools because I felt like those are for older people. and then
That's good.
it's good. I feel like, okay, I'm not there yet. But then when I'm really stressed out and when I start doing those things, they help me tremendously. And so that's how I find my focus. Because if I continue drilling, it's going to drive me nuts. And then I'm frustrated and I don't want to do it. So that helped me a lot. So that was one of them. Second of them is that I will go back to my why. I would say, Lucy, why are you doing this? Why you want this so much? And then I start thinking about the picture in my head, thinking the place I want to be. And I also learned that from Amy is the place I want to be and how does it feel when I'm there? So those are the two things I use to help me kind of center. Yeah.
I love it. It's been such a great time chatting with you. I'm just going to ask Leanne and Amy, keep talking about Amy, Alma,
still A.
just the one short tip. Just what keeps you going and what gives you the confidence to do what you do. So go Lee.
Well, Lucy touched on it in a big way, actually. You've been through a lot and the journey has given you that strength to keep going and have confidence to trust the journey that God has not brought you to this point in your life for no reason. There is a reason why you keep moving forward. And for me, my daughter, my strong why gives me the confidence because I look at her and her journey and what she's been through and her quality of life. This is all about quality of life for me.
Yes.
And that gives me confidence that I need to get myself up and keep going, keep going. And we don't have to be perfect. I don't know who said in this lifetime we don't need to be perfect. We just need to be real. And so for me, I think that gives me confidence just to put myself out there for her because I know what I'm working towards is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But thanks, Nicole.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's Alma's turn. My confidence about this business, it's quite strong actually, because as a burnout mom, losing time, as a traditional business, you know what I feel like 7 days a week, 5 o'clock early in the morning, cold or hot. I've been there in the kitchen and making coffee as well at the same time. Just very strong woman, like emotionally, mentally, physically. But you know what? Time come when your body's saying this is not right for you. I think it's enough. So you find another option that what you can do in your life. Whew. And guess what? Being a breadwinner in the family as well, so makes like that's an additional level in my life as well to make myself more confident. So sometimes to start in this business is a little bit I'm skeptical, yes, like anybody else there and scared. But you can imagine the pressure, and sometimes you ask yourself like what if this doesn't work? You ask that question sometimes as well. What if I fail? Or what if other people say, oh, you're not good enough, you're not sabotage. But I realize, I keep waiting. If I feel ready and I get stuck now until now, maybe I'm still in the cafe, right? Being exhausted and missing a moment with my boys. So instead of waiting this confidence, I started with courage and being a strong woman. So that's a little bit of courage to say me like I don't have to figure out everything, and I'm willing to learn everything in the community as well, because this one will change everything in my whole life, not just for myself, as a person in my whole family as well.
Yeah.
So what helped me to trust the process is the community, of course. Being surrounded by other women who are walking the same road in this community is sharing the same wins and struggles that makes me like very very strong woman in this journey. And of course the clarity of my why
Yeah.
reminded myself daily that I didn't come this far to live burnout again, so I wanted time more with my family and the freedom, not just for me but for everyone, and honestly the progress is always there.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So all you have to do is just to be keep real in yourself, and you just keep going and don't ever give up. Always think positive, because there's always the road that's always show you the right way, and it will bring you through the process all the way through your dreams. So
Yeah.
yeah, keep learning and keep going the momentum of yourself and never give up.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
Lucy.
So I like to ask something. I think one of the thing about when Nicole was mentioning it is that you have to look back and say you already done things that people can't even imagine. Because I think we're giving ourselves credit. We don't give ourselves enough credit. And so when you have been through the storm, make it to the other side, whether as a breadwinner, as someone who's taking care of your kids,
Yeah.
and like Nicole, I mean, I am plotting her. She is inspiration for me because now she's no longer working. She's working this full time. That's what I want to do. And so we are not starting from scratch. We're actually starting from the strength that we already had. And I
Yeah.
want to point out that we have to self-trust because that's a skill that grows. For example, like every time when you show up, whether it's imperfection, nervous or unsure, we are practicing that self-trust. So it's not something that we wait to have. It's something that we already continue building, even a little by little. So I think we need to give ourselves enough credit because that is pushing us to the next level. So we're scaffolding. Yeah. And so we're already there. So it's gonna happen. And also since you guys, I mean, you guys saw Jay Shetty and Rabo, they had mentioned about something that day I will never forget is that he said in the universe, there's something for everyone. And just because someone maybe reached the goal before you do, that doesn't mean you're not going to get there. So
Exactly.
you have to
Exactly.
focus where you are because your
Yeah.
journey is your journey. Everybody else had different experience in their life, so they might reach it earlier or later than you. That's their journey. So you have to focus on only you because there's nobody else going to focus on that. Only you do. So we have to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So many great tips.
And we have
Um,
the tools.
yeah.
Yeah, we have
Just as we're wrapping up, like I also just want to say that I might come across as a confident person and always like doing things, but I actually work at it because I also get scared and I have fear. And
Yeah.
like I actually like to the point of it can be physical, like I can feel it in my body and I get like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I talking about? I can't do this. And like I need to actually do things like get out of my seat. And I actually have a rebounder, like a little mini trampoline. So I go and jump on the trampoline now.
I like that.
I do. And, it's changing like the whole energy and
Yeah.
vibration. Or I go actually, my favorite thing to do is go and be near the water. And it just resets and calms things. And I just know that there's people like that out there, and that they can realize that they can do anything that they want to do, anything to achieve in their life. And I just want to say, if you are looking for a business, come and have a chat to us. Have a look at the top of our bios on our pages. You'll have our websites. We are open to hearing from you. But Lucy, thank you for sharing your story and being so raw and so honest about what's going on. And of course, to my co-hosts like Leanne and Alma, love it. Great to be back again. And, we will chat again in the next week or so. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.